asks Israel, or invites Israel, to build for him his house. He knows the materials that are necessary because he knows how the building should look, how it is to function. Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, day number 2, the Torah portion, Trumah. We're still in Shemot, or Exodus, chapter 25. Let's reread a couple of verses from yesterday, verse 3 and 4 and 5. This is the contribution what you should take up from them: gold and silver and bronze and blue and purple and scarlet material and fine linen and goat's hair, ram skins dyed red and fine leather and acacia wood. Let's focus on the first 3 items for a few moments. When we talk about gold, silver, and bronze, these precious metals, they are not just laying around on the ground as gold nuggets. Well, not necessarily laying on the ground. You have to look for them. But more often than not, the process of obtaining gold, silver, and bronze is through the process of smelting down ore. If we read over in the book of Malachi, chapter number 3, it says that concerning Yeshua, that he will sit as a refiner and a cleanser of silver. And he is going to refine the sons of Levi as gold and silver, and then they will belong to Yahweh, bringing near an offering in righteousness. This process, and I'm not greatly familiar with it, I've done some reading, as we all have, that the ore is put into a crucible of some sort, and there heat is applied until it begins to break down in its various properties. That which is impure will float to the top once it becomes molten. And that impurity product is then skimmed off by the refiner, until the refiner can look into the crucible and see his reflection in what is left as the pure metal. So Yah is saying to Israel, bring to me these metals, things that have been tested by the fire. If we're going to build for him a dwelling place, then there is the necessity of building with what has endured and been processed by, purified by fire. We want to bring him the ore of our lives, just the raw clump, the raw essence of who we are, and just say, here you go, take this. Before Yah can use parts of our lives, before he can use us in certain ways, there is a requirement of enduring fire. Kefa, Shimon Kefa, or Simon Peter wrote, don't think it strange concerning the fiery trial that is to try you, as though some strange thing has happened to you. The purpose of fiery tests and trials is to purify our belief. And so there are those episodes of life that we go through that as we're going through them, they seem impossible to endure at times, traumatic, overwhelming, exhausting. We are trying to pray our way out of them, and Yah is seeking to take us through them. There's a lesson for us maybe today, that what you're trying to pray yourself out of, Yah may be asking you to pray yourself through it to come out on the other side. The process of going through the entire trial is to be refined. When we are put to the test, we learn the things that are important. We also figure out those things that are not important, that they are add-ons, they are fluff, they are dead weights to us, and the encouragement of the entire process might be in the refining. Lay those things aside. They're holding you back and not propelling you forward. Well, there are times in life where we're comfortable with where we are and we just don't know we want to be propelled forward. But in the sitting, in the static of the moment, in the status quo, we become lethargic and we lose our momentum, we lose our speed, we lose our unction, so to speak. And so the Father brings about these situations that prompt us to get up and get moving again. Not fun, but again, He knows how He wants to build, because He knows this dwelling place needs to function in a certain way. That means those who operate in His dwelling place need to be able to function in a certain way. For His house, His dwelling, to function, it requires then those who are in that place to function, to move, to operate, to put their hands toward what is required of them and get that job done. Let's look at the colors here that are announced: blue, purple, and scarlet. These are the colors of royalty. In other words, Yah's edifice, this dwelling place, is to be for a royal priesthood. This is not simply slaughtering animals and putting them over on a grated fire pit. There's a lot of ceremony. There's a lot of ritual. There's a lot of precision that is going on. A bit of decorum. When one is a member of the royal family, there are certain presentations that they are required to meet. There are certain means of decor and how they move, a certain elegance that is required of them. They're not standing before parades, shifting from one foot to the other and scratching their heads and folding their arms. They have a certain royal dignity that they must attend to. And so it is in Yah's dwelling place. We like the American freelance style of worship, where we come in and we're just going to offer to Him what we want to offer to Him and hope that He receives it. There's a heart, though, that says, Yah, you're the audience, and we're here for your pleasure. And what is it that you would have us to sing? Would you even have us to sing? Would you prefer that we only dance? Father, would you prefer that we sit still and just listen to you? What is it that you want? And as the children of royalty who sit at your table, we know how to behave ourselves. Think on that one for a little while. What's interesting is in the book of Revelation, there is the harlot. The harlot is one that makes the promises of marital pleasures without marital requirements, responsibilities, and obligations. Just leave your money on the table, and I will give you what it is that you would desire, and you go your way, I'll go mine. It seems to be a religious expression. We come in, we leave our money, we get the spiritual high that we want, and we walk away, and there's no obligations, no responsibilities, no requirements. I've scratched my religious itch. I'm good. I'm done for a while. This religious mindset that is found in the harlot, she is indeed clothed in purple and scarlet, but not to kill it, not blue. Because the blue references the heavenly. It is the color of the tassel that hangs on our garments that we look at and we're reminded of to whom we belong, which covenant we walk in, and that we are to be set apart. There's an interesting thing here, that while the harlot is full of mixture and whoring, she's rejecting Yah's rule in favor of the attention of the world and the world's governmental leaders. We are to be focused on being covenant people, because it is the covenant people, Israel, not the Goyim, not the nations of the world, that are given the privilege of building His house. We'll talk about this more tomorrow. to this. Shalom.